Hello, how's it going? So, as per my previous videos, the de-risking play was the one to go with, and at the moment, the 1618 area of pivoting has been unmatched, and it's something that is continuing that we're going to be using in the near future as well. Well, not the near future, any future swings to the 1618 that produces a structure in a major correction should be used should the market be bullish and heading towards a high. But I guess the major question people might be asking right now is what should I be doing with my holdings, or how low is this going to go? And as per my previous videos, like I had the 110 region in mind for the target for this, like local high, but we ended up putting in 108, which is, sort of close. It's within that 4236 to 4618 region that I was noting on my fib level. But now we need to consider where the tether dominance is likely to go before we can start, really risking on again, and potentially where that pivot for BTC happens at the lows, right? So something that we want to observe here, I'll take that out so we can focus on the chart, is any rejection from the box region. If it were to reclaim the 1618, so let's say if it rejects here and it doesn't do one of these first, but it were to push back down and then touch the 1618 again, always comes back to the one line of measurement, right? So just pay attention to one. You can't really see it here, but then this is that one level, right? I just circle it here, circle it here. In this circumstance, it actually comes back down to the one level here, right? And our one level is at 4.7%. So we have another leg down. Probably, this is a 100% strike rate right now on that, that's going to happen. Keep that in mind. And each data point here says that it can go at least to that level or extend further, right? So I guess once there is a break and maybe, an extended, maybe if there's an extended push, you can average in. There's obviously, a limited amount of downside, but placing your stops and assessing your risk from there is quite difficult should you be trading alts, because I don't know if alts are going to, bleed as badly as Bitcoin. They've done a lot of their damage so far, and in yesterday's dump, let's have a look for Tau, for example. Bitcoin broke these lows down to these levels in, comparison, but these alts like Tau, like FTM, sort of have held their level. So any move down in Bitcoin lower, it should cause damage to the alts, but potentially not in a large way. And a key scenario that I would like to compare this to, so let's have a look here and compare it to this part of the cycle, right? It's a very similar breakdown shape, and I don't want to go through, oh, I'll have on the right side here. I don't want to go through the exact reason why they're the same. Watch my previous videos on my fib measurement on that area, but let's look at Tau in relation to this dump here, right? Prior to the Bitcoin high coming in here, there was a lot of downside already occurring, and there was ranging happening as the Bitcoin price started to break down. And I'm thinking at the moment there could be, a three-phase breakdown on Bitcoin over the span of 1 or 2 weeks. We're in the sixth day of this correction currently, and these previous corrections, before they actually start to bounce at all, 7 days, approximately 2 weeks, right? We're in the sixth day now, and we're looking like we're going to leg down. So I'm thinking there may be a bit longer than 7 days, right? Maybe 2 weeks, maybe towards the end of the year is when we might see like 88 or maybe lower. Not sure. I don't know what's going to happen next, but as it stands, the chart of Bitcoin does not look strong on the daily. Doesn't look like there's going to be, well, if there is a bounce, it probably gets faded back down according to the tether dominance, right? And as you can see on my chart, let me look at where the markings are for these fib levels that have been respected in prior corrections. So I'm taking the measure like so, right? Let me get this close. Perfect. I'm literally taking the low, the swing high that it creates, and the swing low, right? So we're seeing very similar structures, and and something that I was noticing prior, as I mentioned in the previous video, is the long liquidation, the major long liquidation that occurs prior to a potential market top, right? Major exit, a grind above slightly into the 4236, 4618 area, and then a correction. As you can see, this returns to the 2618. I don't think that the correction that we're seeing here will go over the span of 7 months, right? So I think that this is one of those in like intra uptrend corrections, sort of like this one. Because we have compressed for 7 months, I don't think that another 7 months of consolidation makes much sense. The expansion phases are followed by, like in relation to how long the compression phase is, generally. Like that's how much energy is stored. As you can see here as well, just measuring it properly, just so you guys can have a look and measure on your chart as well. I'll put this to the side a bit. It also hits between the 4236 and 4618. I guess in future, for future reference, if you ever see a structure like this with a measurement like so, and you see a major dump, and this is how I like to think of things, if something has occurred before, it gives you a good trading opportunity, right? You might short within the between the mid-range of these two fibs, stops above, and short all the way down to the 4618, 2618. Apologies. So that's what we're looking at the moment, right? A move from 4236 to 2618, right? Let me draw a line here, right? I don't know if it's the same magnitude. It might be. Yeah, it's approximately the same magnitude as that correction. And is that scary? Sort of, I guess. But it's very possible that that's what we're looking down the barrel of at the moment. So prepare yourself for a potential correction down to the lower to mid 80s. that's my take on the situation at the moment. And does that mean it's over? I don't think so. I do think that this is, you know, a one a correction within a larger final impulse move, and that's sort of when the alt season starts to press on. So stay safe, manage your risk accordingly, and surviving the potential of this phase is what's most important.